We are continuing to follow the breaking news we told you about. The former Hamilton County District Attorney Neal Pinkston is doing an interview with us right now about the 45 charges that were dropped against former Hamilton County Sheriff's Deputy Daniel Wilkey. Let's listen in.
It led us in the office to think that pro tem should be provided, and we filed that, and one was appointed.
What comments were those that made you want to?
Just comments in relationship to that case, the case that was pending against the sheriff's officer.
Were those all the cases in regards to Mr. Wilkey, or specifically mentioned?
From what we were told, it was all the cases, the indictment as a whole, not just one alleged victim.
Did you send any filings or documents to Alan at all?
Yeah, I sent a huge spreadsheet detailing all the traffic stops. He had all the videos that TBI were able to collect. All that was provided to him. The identity of who the victims were obviously is in the indictment, as well as can get it from the investigator in our office or other offices that interviewed those people. It's not rocket science to figure out who was interviewed and how to interview someone.
And those were separate from the main case file?
No, it was all part of the whole case file. And to suggest I don't know how in that footnote that I don't know how I structured the indictment is ridiculous. I knew exactly how it was structured. We had a conversation in the office about that. And if you go through and look the counts, they're generally divided up by groups of victims, and then towards the end are alleged crimes against society as a whole, not necessarily one person individually. So I don't know why they said that. I don't know why he put that in writing. I guess he wants to blame me for it. I don't know, but it's not true, and I'm not going to stay quietly anymore. I'm a private citizen now, and so I don't have to be quiet when people impugn my integrity, and I'm not going to.
With federal charges still on the table for Wilkey and him and all the cases here being dismissed, do you look at this as a failure within the justice system or anything to that nature?
Oh, I think it's all politically driven, and it's politically driven by a number of forces that be, and they want to take a shot at me and blame me for it. That's unfortunate, but in this day and time, people walk into court and say whatever they want, and the person who said it's about is presumed to be true. And unfortunately, in this day and time, that's become far too rampant. And hopefully, somebody will start holding people accountable for not telling the truth.
You referred to the video of Wilkey and James Mitchell as disturbing when it was first released.
Yeah, it was. It still is disturbing. Yeah.
That was my question for you. Given, I'm assuming you've read through the document.
Yeah, it's a very disturbing video.
You still have the same response when it comes to
right, and the day before the video was released, I met with people in my office, Sheriff Jim Hammond, Austin Garrett, and David Sauer. In some of the conversation after watching that video, there was mentioned that it was one of the worst videos they've ever seen in their law enforcement careers. Now, the next day, the sheriff changed and said they went by the book, but that's not what they said in the DA's office the day before the video was released. So, and I'm sure the former sheriff will deny that, but he said that in our office.
I know they had mentioned or implied that some of the charges didn't have enough evidence or were duplicates of each other, didn't have enough to support it. I guess, was there anything in the case file that would have changed that, or what was in the file that would have...
Well, no, it's a lot of it. The video evidence is evidence in the case file, and you have to painstakingly go through all that and talk to your investigators and other people and move forward. And if he didn't want to, then that's fine, but he didn't have to blame me for it.
I guess, would there have been other filings in the case file that maybe would have changed the outcome of this?
I don't know, but I also mentioned to him about the authentication of the videos.
You're listening to Neal Pinkston, the former district attorney that handled the case of Daniel Wilkey, who was charged with several counts of related to baptizing a woman in the Sadi Lake several years ago. We'll have much more on this story coming up on Local 3 News at 4.